morning or afternoon if you're on the East Coast. We've got a good one for you today. We've got Dan Kaiser. He's our last week champion coming in to the chaos room. What's up, Dan?
How you doing? You know what they say? You know what they say? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
That's very true. Very true. Well, your formidable opponent this week is Kurt Alexander. How you doing, Kurt?
I'm doing great. All this crown talk has me excited about today's matchup. Can't wait to see this crowd.
All right. I was saying that instead of a crown, if anyone loses total chaos to me, you have to wear fake eyelashes on the next show. That's going to be what my crown is for you guys.
This eyelash struggle is real. I hear about it all the time. Yeah.
People in the chat, don't forget, give us a like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Also, go grab yourself a pen and a paper because we're about to play Total Chaos. We're going through every single NFL game that happens tomorrow, and Dan and Kurt are going to give you their play on the over or the under. We're looking for the consensus picks here. Those tend to be the most valuable ones. Dan kicked butt last week. He was 7-4-1, Kurt. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Congratulations on that, too, Dad. Nice.
Hey, this is a revenge match for me, though. Because you
for college?
You featured college chaos, so.
That's true.
All right.
That's true. And soon to come will be college basketball chaos. So.
Oh, can't wait. Yeah, this is total madness, Allie. Way to get this game started.
Right. Thank you. Sometimes I get good ideas, you know.
There you go, right?
Sometimes it happens. Okay, let me get up to the top of our list here. We are going to start out with, hey, Elliot, we are going to start out with the Cardinals at the Giants. The number here is 46. Dan, you are the champion, so you kick us off here.
All right. This game, I'm taking the under to start out. And it's not surprising since I took almost all unders last week.
You did.
Yeah, so I just look at the Giants. I mean, they have their offense is low output, and they have a very solid defense. Daniel Jones is expected to play, but I don't think it really matters either way. It won't really have an effect on the total. The Giants are only averaging 19 points at home this season. But they've gone 4-0 to the under the last 4 games. And they've held their opponents to 20 or fewer points in 4 straight games. So I'm taking the under.
All right. Sounds solid. What do you got on this, Kurt?
I'm jumping in the car with you, Dan. I'm taking the under as well. Yeah, Arizona 4-8 to the under, Giants 3-9 to the under. Last 3 games on the road for Arizona. You see scores of 20-17, 20, 28-21. This one's going to be outdoors. You're going to have weather probably affecting this game a little bit. I like what the Giants are doing. They've kind of found their identity, which is don't turn the ball over, keep the game close enough to win by a field goal. So I like the Giants. And Arizona under here. I like it under that 45. I thought it would be a lower number. We've seen some 43s up there. To get 45 with that, I think is great. So yeah, I'm taking it under.
Well, already Elliot disagrees. He says over, and Giants do it alone, and the Giants win. So listen, Elliot.
An obvious Giant homer.
I think he's a Bears fan, actually.
Okay.
All right. So if you are a Bears fan, Elliot, then we're playing each other this week. So up next, we have the Vikings at the Bucks. The number's 53. Get it, Kurt?
I'm taking this game over the total. I had a rant about Tampa Bay earlier this week not running the football and how they like to put the ball up in the air. And I think this is going to be a game where both teams are going to put the ball up in the air. Tampa Bay has a very good run defense, so I don't see Minnesota being able to control the game with Dalvin Cook there. So they're going to have to count on Kirk Cousins. You look on the other side, Tom Brady and all his fancy weapons that everybody likes. I just hope that they remember they have 2 pretty good running backs back there. And if you add that to the mix, hey, you might get a W along with the over. So I'm taking this game over the total.
All right, Dan, do you agree?
Well, I'll stay in the car a little while longer with you. Yeah, I like the over also. I mean, Minnesota right now, it's kind of momentum. They've been playing really, really good football lately. 27 points in 8 of their 12 games this season.
Uh-huh.
And the ninth game only, they scored 26. Tampa Bay scored at least 28 6 times. And the 4 other games between 23 and 25, both teams get in the 20s. I think, again, it's just going to be a kind of high scoring back and forth game. So, yeah, I'm with them. I'm taking the over.
All right. We have a fan here that says that you guys are amazing and he thanks y'all for what you do. So it's always nice to be appreciated.
Pretty amazing too.
It's a lot of work to find all these totals. It's really a lot of work. So I thank you guys too, rock and roll. And I thank all of you commenters who join us every weekend and throughout the week, because you guys are awesome. We couldn't do it without you, to tell you the truth. So yeah, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you never miss anything. All right, Dan, you're up. We're talking Texans at the Bears, 45.5. Let's do it.
Well, this would probably be surprising to people that saw me last week, but I'm taking the over in this one as well. The Bears, not known for their offense, have put up 25 and 30 points the last two games. Their offense obviously is not great, but MVP Mitch just gives them that little extra thing to with his legs. Houston's defense has been one of the worst in the leagues, and the over is 6-1 in Texans' last 7 road games. Deshaun Watson's been playing well, and the Bears' defense has really let them down the last couple of weeks, so I'm taking the over.
All right, what do you got, Kurt?
Actually, I'm going the other way with this one, Dan. I'm going to take the under in this game, just basically because of the Texans not being able to produce enough offense over these last few weeks. You saw they had. No, they didn't even score last week. That's what it was. Second half. Sorry, Allie. They didn't score anything in the second half against who they played last week, against the Colts, my favorite team to talk about. Yeah, I'm just not impressed with Deshaun Watson and what he's been doing with this Texans team that really doesn't have a lot. They don't have a running game. Their receivers really aren't producing. You have somebody suspended right now. You go on the other side. I can't cheer for Mitch Trubisky and this Bears offense to put up points. They surprised me last week with the Detroit game. I think that was just familiarity, divisional foe. I think this game's going to go way under this total. And I'm somebody that I've bet the Texans over because they are a sweet dome team, but even in the dome, they struggle to get over sometimes. So I'm going to take this one under, with the outdoors hopefully helping me with that. Let's get some.
So Elliot is with you on that one.
Under Elliot.
Ray Risful says, I don't know, Elliot. Texans messed up bad last week. I think they bounced back 24-17 Texans. Let's go, Houston. Not easy to be their fan. It's not easy. All right. Up next, we've got the Titans at the Jags. What do you got on it, Kurt?
Allie, I'm going to take this game under. I was so disappointed in my Titans last week, and I'm sure Coach Vrabel is going to have this team ready to play. We haven't seen much from Jacksonville because they don't have much. When Tennessee plays these lowly teams, they do tend to play down to their competition. So as far as the side thing, I wouldn't even want to mess with that. But Jacksonville right now, they're playing for a draft pick. They don't really have much to play for. They're in a rebuild. It's going to take them quite a while to get back up. They got to get a quarterback. Minshew, I don't think he is the answer. I think they're starting to see that maybe they might want to draft a little earlier this year. I don't know why they didn't last year. They waited till the 6th round to get a quarterback. But yeah, Jacksonville's just they're a dumpster fire. They've been keeping games close with teams, but they just don't have the weapons. And I'm expecting a big bounce back effort from Tennessee here. I'm looking for this defense to make up for what they did last week. And they're not playing the Cleveland Brown offense either. So taking this game under.
Dwayne agrees. He says, Henry, big bounce back this week. What do you got on this one, Daniel?
Surprise, surprise. I'm taking the over again in this one. I'm going against them.
Look at you.
Yeah. I figured I rode the under last week. It's probably going to bounce back and bite me this one. So, no, I just don't. I don't see Jacksonville stopping Tennessee at all. I mean, Tennessee might not even have to bring a punter in this game. I just see Tennessee moving the ball continuously against this Jacksonville defense. But the thing is that Tennessee's defense has not been playing well either. So, the Tennessee's gone over 5 of the last 6 games. These two teams have gone over 7 of the last 10. So let's make it 8 out of 11.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, Elliot agrees. We got a lot of agreement in there for an over on that one. All right, we're going to go to the I almost call them Browns. The Broncos at the Panthers. It's 44.5. What do you got, Dan?
I'm taking the under in this one. With Moore and Samuel out, I think that the Panthers are trying to keep the ball on the ground, which without McCaffrey's not looking good for them. The Broncos will be able to stack more men in the box. I just think Denver's not scored more than 20 points in any of their last 4 games, and they're averaging just 12.8. And I just think this game is just two bad offenses, and you won't see a lot of points scored. So I'm going under the total, even though it is a low total, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I still like this game under.
All right. Do you agree, Kurt?
I'm jumping in the car, Allie. I like this game under as well. Denver's actually one of my favorite teams to bet the under on the road. Their last 3 road games, they put up 16. They put up 12. They did put up 27 against Atlanta. 21 of those points came in the fourth quarter. Another team where they don't have an identity on offense. Quarterback play is Denver's biggest Achilles heel right now, and it's been since Peyton Manning left. You look on the other side, the Panthers. Panthers are just kind of trucking along. They run the ball. Bridgewater doesn't turn the ball over, and they keep games close. They actually had a shutout the last home game against Detroit. So the defense, I look for them to step up. They're not going to be tested against this Denver team, so it's not like Drew Lock and these receivers are going to have the Panthers, scared or worried about deep passes. This is going to be a low scoring game. I like this game to go under the total.
All right, so we agree on that one. Broncos Panthers under. Dwayne says, "Don't you talk smack about my Panthers. I'll come find you." But they do suck though. Hey, I'm with you, Dwayne. I'm a Texans fan. Sometimes you just gotta, roll with your team. All right. So right. Cowboys at the Bengals. The number here is 43. Go for it, Kurt. What do you got?
I went back and forth. I scratched the answer out 3 times, and I think I'm just going to stick with. I'm going to actually take this game over the total. Cincinnati has looked bad. The last couple of weeks. You have a new starter in there, and they've looked bad. But so has the Cowboys defense. Remember, there was one game, I guess, maybe against Pittsburgh, where Cowboys they looked okay defensively, and yeah, since then it's right back to 40. 34, they lost to Baltimore. They gave it to Baltimore 31, 23-9. They lost. Cowboys just, their defense just isn't there. Their offense isn't there either. But their defense is really giving up too many points. I think Cincinnati will be able to score. I think Dallas will be able to score on Cincinnati. I think Dallas is going to run the ball. I think this game will go over the 43. I think the total is just low enough to get over. 24 to 20 gets you over that total. So I think I could see that happening.
All right. Elliot is with you there. What do you got on this one, Dan?
Yeah, I was with him, going back and forth. Same thing, scratching him in and out, scratching, writing different things down, trying to convince myself it's going this way or that way. So I just threw my hands up in the air and looked at that both defenses are in the bottom 5 for points allowed, and I'm going the over. I mean, it's one of those games where it could be 3-0 or 35-30. So I'd rather see a 35-30 game. So I'm taking the over.
It's funny because it's true.
It really is. That game gave me the biggest problems handicapping, just because, like I said, I'm like, Dallas's defense just isn't good. If Cincinnati's going to score on anybody, it's going to be Dallas. So let's see what happens. Right, yeah. Here's your chance to score some points, Cincy.
Yeah, I figured if Joe Burrow was playing, you'd see a lot higher line. So
right.
So
yeah.
That might have been one. Well, I don't want to say that. It was one of my lowest points of 2020 when Joe Burrow went out. When Gordon Hayward left the Celtics, that was a low point for me. Okay, people in the chat, I know we got a lot of new ones. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And drop a comment in the comment box. Let us know who you like. Let us know what you think about who they like. Up next, we have the Chiefs at the Dolphins. The number here is 50.5. I forgot who went first last time. Whose turn is it?
Unfortunately, it's mine.
Okay.
All right.
Unfortunately. Yeah, this game, I know I'm going to kick myself next Sunday evening when this game is over. I just know I am. But I'm taking the under in this game.
All right. You want to tell me why?
Yeah. The Dolphins defense has been playing really well this season. And even though Quintricia in Detroit stunk for the Lions, I'm going with the Belichick tree here. And the 2 times when the Chiefs played Miami and they were able to control home somewhat, it was with this coach coaching the New England defense. I think with this Miami defense, he maybe can come up with enough just to slow them down and keep this under the number. I know I don't like it, but I'm going for it.
Sometimes you just got to hold your nose and make a play. It happens.
Yes.
All right. What do you got, Kurt?
All right, this is another game I scratched out a couple times, and I have over written down, and I'm like, really? I kept the over, so I'm going to stick with it. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had the under too, but I scratched it out and wrote over, but I didn't tell myself why. Both these teams play to the under. 4-8, the Dolphins 5-7. I'm supposed to be convincing people to take the over. It's tough to bet Kansas City games under, but they do go under because Kansas City does run the ball. This game against Miami, this is going to be a tougher game. The only thing is with Miami's offense, they can probably put up some points with Tua, and we get kind of caught up in Miami thinking defensive team, and they score a couple of defensive touchdowns. They find a way to creep over the total, and that's what I'm hoping for here. I hope they get over the total, 51.5 or 50.5. One of those funny numbers could land on 49. That would be great for you, Dan. But I'm going to take this one over. I wrote it down. That's why I'm going to take it over.
It's right here on my paper.
What I wrote down. I swore I had the under at first, and then something made me scratch it out and write the over. So I'm going to stick with whatever that something was. I got like a what do you call that? Like a little light bulb, like ding, take the over instead. All right, sounds good.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Still got to play the game. They still got to play the game.
They do.
Correa made a good point. Keep in mind it's December, and a lot of teams are very familiar with teams and tend to play a little better football. But this year has had a lot of overs.
Yes,
it really has been an over a year. All right, so up next, we have the Colts at the Las Vegas Raiders. 51.5 is the number here. Go ahead, Kurt. What do you got?
So I've taken this Colts game under this 51.5 total. How many times, Ali? At least 4, right?
Like every time we've ever done this show.
They keep putting 51.5 in front of me. And what am I going to do? I'm going to take it under. Well, now, finally, you got it. I'll take it over. I'll take it over. They've gone over this total. The Raiders are 8-3-1 to the over. Colts are 7-5 to the over. Colts are Jekyll and Hyde from half to half, and sometimes Dr. Jekyll, I guess, gives up the over in the first half. So with that being said, I'm gonna take this one over just because they give up so many points in the first half. Second half comes, they slow down. They remember how to play defense, but first half totals are just crazy with the Colts this year. You can't even 42. You're seeing numbers like 42, 35 in the first half. That means you don't need much in the second half. This one, I'm going to take it over just because I think I learned my lesson with that 51.5 in the Colts. I'm taking it over.
Elliot's saying Colts under. Dwayne is saying under. So
I've been saying that for a while. Now everybody's saying Colts under? Okay.
What do you got here, Dan?
Well, don't worry. If you lose, I'm losing with you. I'm taking the over also in this one. I mean, yeah, the Colts. The beginning of the season, it was defense, and they're still ranked 10th. They're still ranked 10th in scoring defense. but they've given up an average of 32 points in the last 3 games. That their defense hasn't been as good. And the Raiders, I mean, what do you say about the Raiders? I mean, the Raiders can put up a ton of points or they stink. And I always seem to have them when they stink. But I think this week I'm not playing them this week, so they'll probably do really well and put this game over the total.
Nice.
It's one of those handicapping superstitions we were talking about.
Well, I know I had them against Atlanta, and I think they didn't get off the bus. So yeah, it's one of those teams for me that always seem to go the wrong way. So I won't play them this week, and they'll score some points, and this will go over.
All right. Up next, we have the Jets at the Seahawks. The number here is 47. Hit me, Dan. What do you got?
I'm trying to remember. I had this play. I had this play earlier in the week, and I was trying to remember what I did. And I think I won. I did. I went over, so I'll go over today. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll take over for this. The Seahawks defense seems to give up some points, and the Jets had a chance last week, and like as I said in the other show, I think actually the Jets should be throwing Greg Williams a parade for what he did last week with that defense. I mean, it keeps them in the hunt for Lawrence. I mean, so I can't see the defense really doing much in this one against the Seahawks. The Jets would get a touchdown here or there. This game will go over.
All right, what do you got, Kurt?
I'm jumping in the car with you. I also got this game going over. Seattle's offense has to wake up these last few weeks, especially last week against the Giants. Maybe the Giants are just that good. Or no, I don't think so. I think Seattle's going to have a breakout game. The Jets are that team that you need to see coming to town after a week like last week. Russell Wilson probably down, has got his head down and they're feeling bad. They're only able to put up 12 points at home, and then you're like, who's next on our schedule? Oh, the Jets. Great. We just saw what they did, against the Raiders. They're letting you win games. So, yeah, the Jets are going to pretty much let you do whatever you want. They will put up some points, too, as well, because, like you said, Seattle's defense, we've talked about this. They're not very good, to say the least. And this is a game where both these teams should be able to put up points on each other. I like this one to go over the total.
And if Seattle doesn't get their offense going this week, then I don't know when they will. I mean, this is a perfect chance to get that offense to white away.
This is the game. This is the game that you need to kind of get you back on track. So, let's go Jets. Let's go Seahawks. Remember, Russell Wilson was an MVP candidate earlier this year.
Yeah, they were writing his name on the trophy like after week 3 or 4.
Right.
Yeah. Is this what happens when we let Russ cook? Like, is this it?
This is it.
He's cooking.
Yeah.
He's cooking at McDonald's. He's not cooking at a 5-star restaurant. That's the problem.
What are you cooking, Russ?
What are you cooking exactly? Right. Yeah.
Anyone in the chat know what Russ is cooking?
And who's eating this stuff? Because it's awful.
Seahawks fans. That's who. They're eating it right up. They're doing the thing that they do.
Yeah, there you go.
I lack the street cred to say things like that. All right. So Washington is at the 49ers. 43.5 is the number here. Kurt, I think you're up first.
Okay. I took this game under the total. Washington's defense. This is a good defense. Even though Washington has been putting up some points on the road against Dallas, they put up 41, put up 30 against Detroit. Here, this game, I think San Francisco is going to bring things back down to earth for Washington. And it's a big letdown spot. You just beat the undefeated Steelers. You guys are kind of feeling good about yourselves right now. And you forget, like, the San Francisco team, they're never really out of it. They're like a pesky team to me. Like, you guys are injured, go ahead and lose games, but they don't. They'll win a game against the Rams and they'll beat the Seahawks or something like that. And it's like, wait a minute, isn't everybody on your team like suffering from COVID and they still find a way to win? And then all of a sudden you feel like, okay, San Francisco's, maybe getting on a roll. They're getting people back there. They're about to start. And then you get a dud from them. So in this game, Washington's defense, I definitely think that they're going to show up. San Francisco, I think their defense is going to show up. I like the same go under the total. Like I said,
he was so close. We were so close, Kurt. We really were. All right. Elliot's with him. He says under. What do you got on this one, Dan?
Yeah, I'm on the under also in this one. I mean, this is one of those games where, both teams' defenses are better than the opponent's offense. Washington's held 3 opponents to under 17 points or less. 6 of the last 8 games for Washington have gone under the total. And it seems like usually when the 49ers games go over, it's because the other team's scoring all the points. So, yeah, I agree. Washington's defense is playing really well. Their offense has been doing just enough to win. So I'm going with them also. I'm taking the under.
All right, under. Up next, we got the Saints at the Eagles. I didn't like the side on this game at all, but 43 is the number. So what do you got here, Dan?
Going back to my old form from last week, I'm taking the under in this one.
Okay.
I mean, look at the Saints defense. Saints defense is allowed just over 10 points per game over the past 5, and the Eagles starting to hurt in this game. So you're not sure what you're going to get from them, but you know what you're going to get from the Saints defense. And this Philadelphia's defense has been decent, and they're not facing Drew Brees. So I mean, Taysom Hill's played well, but obviously he's not Drew Brees. So I think this game's going to be a little bit lower scoring than Vegas thinks. So I'm taking the under.
All right. What do you got, Kurt?
I'm jumping in the car, man. I'm jumping in the car. Under as well. And my reason behind it is the Saints are going to try to control this game. They've been, since Taysom Hill's been in, you look at their time of possession, 33 minutes, 36 minutes, 36 minutes. And that's because they're running the ball. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's certain teams that run the ball and certain teams that don't. The Saints team is a team that runs the ball. So you lose your Hall of Fame quarterback, you have your backup in, what do? 36 rushing attempts, 45 rushing attempts. But I look back even further when Drew Brees was in, they still had 37 rushing attempts. This is a team that runs the ball. Peyton wants to control the clock, and that works towards the
He's fired. I'm done here.
He needs to pay his bill.
Yeah. Okay, so that you gave yours. Okay, so then we'll just move on. So under is where we're at on Saints at the Eagles. Okay, so up next, we've got Packers at the Lions. The number here is 55. What do you got?
Obviously, I got to take the over in this game. I mean, the last 2 times these 2 teams played, they scored combined for 63, and I don't see why that won't happen this week. I mean, yeah, they fired up Matt Patricia, but the defensive coordinator is the same. The defensive players are the same for Detroit. The ones that aren't injured stink, and I think Aaron Rodgers will add more stats to his MVP candidacy, and this game's gonna. I mean, Detroit can score. That's for sure. But Stafford, but their defense can't stop anything. So this game's gonna fly over the total.
All right, what do you got on this one, Kurt?
I'm jumping in the car, Dan. I wrote flying over the total as well. Yeah, both these teams put up like plenty of points. Houston put up 41. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get through this because I don't even know when I disappear. But Houston put up 41 on them. You see 30 by Jacksonville. This is Detroit. The Colts put up 41 earlier this year. The Packers put up 42. It's in a dome. Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, old rivalry. Yeah, I see this game going way over that total. I don't even think I sweat it, Dan.
Dan, Bill McDonald popped in to say thanks for the Iowa pick last night. Easy money. That was some easy money, y'all.
Hey, Garza time, baby. Garza time.
That dude is the truth. Okay, he is the truth. He's like already an NBA player at collegiate level. Oh, sorry, I'm reading things. Up next, we have the Falcons at the Chargers. The number here is 49. Kurt, it's your turn. Go.
Yeah, I'm taking this one over as well. Falcons are 5-7 to the over, but the Chargers are 7-5, and the Chargers are just coming off a shutout by the hands of the Patriots. Coach is on the hot seat. I say you take this rookie quarterback that you have, these wide receivers, these run, and you just let it all hang out because, you know, the end of the season is coming. So you want to see if this team has any fight left, if they're going to fight for him, if they're going to play for him. I think that this game will go over the total. Falcons on the road, the last 3 games on the road against the Saints, lost 24-9, didn't really put up much there. Against Carolina, they won 25-17, but they put up 40 against Minnesota. Was that a loss? Yeah, they put up 40. But yeah, 40 points against Minnesota on the road. Going to the Chargers. I like this one to go over the total. I look for a bounce back from the Chargers. We've seen Herbert all year, and this guy's just been a stud. We need another classic Herbert game after last week.
Oh, my Herbert. All right, Dan, what do you think?
I'm bailing. I'm bailing out of the car on this one.
Dan's rolling down the interstate right now.
We would have let you out.
Pull over.
Yeah, I mean, since Dan Quinn's been fired, Atlanta's gone under 5 in their last 6 games. They're missing Julio Jones won't be playing in this game. 7 of the last 8 games between these two have gone under the total. I like Herbert, but I don't know. I just don't like this Chargers team this year. Their defense is playing well. Their offense is hit or miss, and I just think this is too many points to give, especially with the Falcons offense. So I'm taking the under.
Taking it under, the Undertaker. All right, we've only got one more to go. While I have your attention, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I have some people in the chat asking for us to go back over them all. We do not do that. We have put a lot of time and effort into these picks. So you could put 20 minutes into watching our video. That's how I feel about it. All right, so we got the Steelers at the Bills. Last game to talk about. The number here is 48. Dan, what do you got on it?
Well, I started out today with a lot of overs. It seems like I'm finishing with a lot of unders, so I'm going under in this one also. I just think the last 2 times these two teams played last season, neither team hit 20 points. I understand Roethlisberger didn't play in that game, but this game's up in Buffalo. I just think Buffalo's defense is a lot better this year. They've forced at least 1 turnover each of the last 7 games. And the under is 5-2 the Bills' last 7 in December. I don't know. I just think this is going to be a slugfest game. 2 defenses going at each other, and offenses will get theirs, but I just don't think they'll get this many. I think it's 24. I'm looking at 24-21.
24-21. I love it when you guys call out scores. That should be a whole other game we play.
That's a whole other game, right?
Yeah, it'll be like Price is Right rules, though, like closest without going over.
You're funny.
Okay, so what do you got, Kurt? 48.
Dan, I thought when I saw this line, I was like, really? 48? I know it's Buffalo. I grew up not too far from Buffalo. It is December. I just don't see how this game's going to get over. Pittsburgh hasn't been putting up points. Their offense doesn't look like something that you have to worry about. And even when the Bills played the Chargers a few weeks ago, I said, like, this is, that time of year where teams are starting to tighten up their defense and get ready for the playoffs. And I think the Bills are in playoff mode. The Steelers defense is still what they're going to hang their hat on. This is what's going to take this team far in the playoffs. So the defense is going to be there. The Bills' defense is going to be there. I like this game under, and they gave us such a nice total of 48. Yeah, I'd take this. If they put 43 down there, I would have taken it under. Taking it under.
You guys agreed on 10 of these.
Oh, that's
10 out of 13. That's pretty impressive.
All right.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our friend Devin Hunt said, could you give your top 3 picks for tomorrow? Actually, I don't know if Dan does this, but I know Kurt does little package deals over at picksandparlays.net where he takes his favorite totals and he sells them to you because we got to make our money too. All right.
Yeah. I said, need just a little bit of cash from you.
Yeah, he's got to pay his internet bill.
That's it.
He's got to upgrade. He's got to upgrade his internet.
Oh, you cracked me up.
The little hamster wheel isn't working anymore over here.
More hamsters.
I got lazy hamsters.
Well, you can't see it though. He's got like a little bicycle thing under the desk. He keeps pedaling. He gets tired and he stops for a second. That's when it kicks out.
That's exactly what it is.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, so if you guys want premium plays from these 2 expert handicappers, head over to picksandparlays.net. And we do have a promo code this week. It's ELF, E-L-F. It's probably been cruising. There it is now at the bottom of the thing. But it'll save you 20% off any handicapper, your whole checkout fee, the entire site. So yeah, that's where all your good plays are. Kurt also does a lot of first half totals, stuff like that as well. So if you're into first halves, he plays those also. And Dan, I know college football is your jam, but you're pretty good at college basketball too, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of a college guy, and baseball when that comes around. But yeah, I pretty much follow the college sports.
Nice. You're my kind of guy, Dan. You're my kind of guy. All right. So that just about wraps us up here. Kurt and I are going to log back on and do some first half totals for y'all. So if you're sticking around, look for that notification in a few minutes here. And you two, great work today, man. A lot of great information. Best of luck to you both. And Sunday we will determine a winner. And if not, then I'll give you a tiebreaker game on Monday because that's how you have to do it, right? All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining. Go ahead.
I think we have to have a winner, don't we?
Yeah. We have 3.
There's 10 and there's 3 apart. So yes, we do. I think that's the first time this has ever happened, to tell you the truth.
I know. 10.
Where it couldn't tie. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, guys. We'll check you out next time. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave your messages in the comment box. Even if the show is over, we still like to see what you got.
Yeah.
Till next time.